Most people think they know how rich they are. They look at their bank account, maybe their house, their car, and draw a quick conclusion. But the truth is, wealth is more than just numbers. It's about choices, freedom, and the hidden reality most people never stop to measure. Have you ever wondered where you really stand in the grand hierarchy of wealth? Not just in your neighborhood or your country, but globally? Because here's the truth. The wealth ladder is longer, steeper, and more surprising than anyone ever tells you. Let's start at the bottom, the survival level. At this level, wealth isn't measured in money, it's measured in calories, shelter, and safety. These are the people who live day to day, hoping to eat tomorrow. You might not see them in your city, but they exist. Hundreds of millions of them. For them, $5 is the difference between life and death. Some sleep in shanties, others under bridges. They're not worried about retirement. They're worried about tonight. Hunger shapes their choices. Illness goes untreated. Safety is never guaranteed. And the saddest part? Most people higher up the ladder never even look down. Now, move one step up to subsistence. You have a roof, maybe a job, but any unexpected expense, a broken fridge, a hospital bill, a car repair, could throw your entire life into chaos. Most people never realize how many live here. You're not poor enough to attract help, but not secure enough to sleep peacefully at night. You budget every penny. You stretch your groceries. You dream of just having a month without anxiety. You envy people who splurge, because your version of luxury is buying fresh fruit instead of canned. Next comes stability. You can pay your bills. You might have some savings. You can handle minor emergencies. You eat out occasionally. You go on modest vacations, but you're always aware one wrong move and the ground below you gives way. You might have health insurance, but you're terrified of using it. You might have a job, but layoffs haunt your dreams. You live paycheck to paycheck, but the paycheck is just big enough to hide the struggle from others. Then there's comfort. This is where many people think they're wealthy. You have a house, a car, a stable job, retirement savings, maybe even investments. But if you stopped working, how long would it all last? A year, two? Most people at this level are what we call functionally middle class. Not rich, just steady. You can afford Netflix, but you still worry about gas prices. You can buy a new phone, but a medical emergency would derail your plans. You smile at dinner parties, but deep down, you're tired. Tired of always needing to keep it all together. But above comfort, something shifts. You enter the zone of financial independence. Now, you don't just work for money, your money works for you. Passive income covers your bills. You're free to choose how you spend your time. This is where real wealth begins to show, not in flashy cars, but in quiet freedom. You no longer make decisions based on cost. You make them based on value. You can say no to toxic clients. You can take time off without guilt. You can invest in your health, your family, your peace of mind, and best of all, you have time to think. Above financial independence lies affluence. You have enough not just to live, but to explore, to invest in experiences, businesses, people. You travel when you want. You live where you choose. You make decisions based on desire, not necessity. This is where people start saying, "You're lucky," but it wasn't luck. It was leverage, discipline, sacrifice. You've built systems. Maybe you've sold a business. You understand taxes. You don't just earn, you optimize. And more importantly, you give. Not just out of obligation, but because you can, and because it feels right. And then we reach the wealth levels most people dream of, but almost never understand. High net worth. At this point, money opens doors most people never knew existed. You're not just secure, you're influential. You have a team, a strategy. Your money lives in trusts, funds, companies. And while others panic during a crisis, you see opportunity. You get invited into rooms where decisions are made. People return your calls faster. You don't buy real estate, you buy assets. You don't apply for loans, they pitch you terms. You don't need a resume, your reputation is currency. Then there's ultra-high net worth. You fly private. You own companies. Your time is the most valuable thing you own. Every decision is magnified. Every mistake is amplified. And every success changes lives, yours and others. You have a family office. You think in generations, not quarters. You don't shop sales, you fund them. And the biggest thing you own? Privacy. Because at this level, being invisible is the ultimate luxury. At the top of this invisible pyramid are the billionaires. But here's the twist. Many of them aren't living dramatically different than those just a few levels below. Their lives become less about pleasure and more about power, legacy, and navigating a world most people never even glimpse. But this ladder isn't just about the super rich. It's a mirror. Where are you now? And where do you want to be? Most people climb a few rungs and get comfortable. They stop asking hard questions. They settle, not realizing that comfort is a beautiful cage. You see, the climb to wealth is never just about money. It's about mindset, sacrifice, habits, and above all, the truth you're willing to face. Do you live below your means or just right at them? Do you invest before you spend or spend before you save? Do you own assets or just accumulate stuff? True wealth isn't loud. It doesn't need to show off. It whispers in your freedom, your peace of mind, your ability to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. And here's a painful truth. Many people will earn millions over their lifetime and die broke because income isn't wealth. It's what you keep, what you grow, and how you protect it that matters. Let's go deeper. What happens between each level? To go from survival to subsistence, you need security. A safe job, consistency, maybe government support. From subsistence to stability, you need a budget. Control, maybe a side hustle. Discipline. From stability to comfort, you need savings. Insurance, a plan, education. From comfort to financial independence, you need investments. Compounding. Long-term thinking. Patience. From financial independence to affluence, you need leverage. Business income. Systems. Networks. From affluence to high net worth, you need scale. Advisors, strategy, legal protection. From high net worth to ultra high net worth, you need access, influence, deep capital, and often a bit of timing. Each step requires a different version of you. And here's the catch. The habits that got you to one level may prevent you from reaching the next. The frugality that helps you save $10 might blind you to an investment that makes you $100,000. The hard work that earns you a salary might keep you from building a system that earns while you sleep. The fear that protects you from risk might rob you of the upside that changes everything. Wealth isn't just climbing, it's evolving. So where do you go from here? First, be brutally honest. Where are you on this ladder, really? Then, ask the most important question. What's holding you back? Is it knowledge? There are books, mentors, courses. Is it fear? Fear shrinks your world. Action expands it. Is it environment? You can change it or outgrow it. You are not stuck, but you do have to choose. Choose to see money as a tool, not a trophy. Choose to focus on assets, not income. Choose to invest in skills that create value. And here's something most people never realize. Every wealth level has its own problems. When you're poor, your problems are urgent. How to survive. When you're middle class, your problems are persistent. How to get ahead. When you're wealthy, your problems are complex. How to protect, manage, and grow without losing your soul. Money doesn't eliminate problems. It just upgrades them. But when used wisely, wealth becomes something more than just a number. It becomes time, energy, health, legacy, impact. That's what this ladder is really about. Not just climbing it, but knowing why you're climbing in the first place. Because the saddest thing isn't being poor. It's reaching the top and realizing you climbed the wrong mountain. So pause, reflect, rethink what wealth means to you. Because how rich you really are depends on more than just your net worth. It depends on your freedom, your fulfillment, and the people you bring with you. If this video helped you think differently about your place on the wealth ladder, do one thing right now. Hit that subscribe button. Not just for more content like this, but to join a community that's climbing smarter together. Because wealth isn't just about money, it's about meaning. Your journey doesn't end here. It starts now. See you in the next one.